everybody.
Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today. So today I'm here with Randy, Wendy, Jen, and Britt. We're going to be talking about VeVe and utility. If you guys haven't heard about utility yet, it's a very cool project that was started by Amar Singh. So we'll be talking a bit more in depth about that on this stream. But before we begin, how are you guys doing? How are you, Randy?
I'm doing well. I'm currently at DragonCon over in Atlanta, and I am having a good time. And found out that my fish died. So your fish can die,
I
and so
didn't
that's
know it could die.
yeah.
Did you
So
not
that's
feed
been
him, or?
no. It's more about how well I don't know. So you can do things to make them upset, like if you don't change the color in your tank, like the light, or if you don't change the background, they get like angry with you. I don't know if that has anything to do with them dying or if that's random, but I feel like I shouldn't be this upset, but I am.
I'm not opening my laptop or anything to see if all of my fish are dead from mistreatment.
I have two, and the one I have the longest, all of a sudden there were like these 3 hearts above them, and they were like lit up. That one only had like 1 heart, and then my newer one had all 3, and then my newer one died.
Oh wow! So the last I checked,
level.
The
hearts are the life levels, or
I don't know. Like I don't know why. Why did my only have 1 heart and the other one had all of them? I would, interact with them the same, and I don't know. And
I'm pretty scared about my ones with the 1 hearts. I'm pretty sure they might have just moved onward to the afterlife at this point.
Yeah, got to have a massive funeral.
You still get the airdrops though. So even if they have died, you still get the airdrops. Like if you have 3 and 2 of them are dead, you'll still get 3 airdrops. So
and I haven't removed mine from the tank. I'm just leaving him. He's floating, or she's.
Hey guys, I feel so left out. I don't have any fishes. Wendy, do you have any, or? Yeah, you're on mute. Do you have any fishes?
Yes, I do have one.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, we got to get you a fish.
Yeah, Eva, it's so I tend to specialize in things that are undervalued, and I've said it before, and you pay a certain price for everything, but the value that you get varies with each different thing that you purchase, and in that. Yeah, you have to pay for a fish and you have to pay for the gas fees, but you get unlimited amount of tanks. You get a mech suit with your fish. You get airdrops every single month, and then you could essentially gamble your Omi. You could go and gamble your Omi by fighting other fish. So it's really fun. You get, and he says there's going to be more stuff coming. So very, very excited.
Yeah, and Brock works with charities and is just a charitable person in general. So it's a really cool project. To be able to, support and stuff like that. And, and that's also cool that he lets you, have them, the airdrops, even though your fish have died.
Yeah.
So good on Brock.
But Brock said that even if the fishes die, it's not like, it's like, maybe I interviewed him last year and he said that it's like how did you say that? Like in the other life type of fishes?
Yeah.
You're not going to
like afterlife. Afterlife, right?
That's correct. Uh-huh.
Yeah. I think in his fish court it was said it was compared to Black Panther, or in the first one he says like, in my culture we view death as more of a stepping off point, and Brock agreed with that, and is I'm very excited to see what comes. He's also in utility, so if you ever wanted to go and talk with him, he's sometimes in the utility Discord.
Yep.
Nice. Is his name Brock also on utility, or?
Yeah, it's Brock on blockchain.
Okay, because I haven't seen him.
Yeah.
And VeVe, how are you doing?
I'm good. Just been hanging out.
Yeah. By the way, for all of you. Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
Well, I've got like 4 days off this week.
Our
boss gave us off Friday because we had made this huge goal, and so he was just like, "What was it, Thursday?" He's like, "You guys don't have to come in tomorrow if you don't want to." So I didn't. But I'm available at home if needed. So then I'm off. I'll go back to work on Tuesday.
That's really nice. And I just wanted to say, for you guys watching, if you guys go in the description, I put the link to VeVe Fanbam's new YouTube channel. She hasn't posted anything yet.
There's nothing on there.
But you guys should go follow her. So you'll see it says VeVe Fanbam's channel. Just click on the link and subscribe.
Yeah. I know. I'm still, y'all gonna be with.
Oh,
Brittany, do you have a YouTube channel?
I don't.
Yeah.
You know, I used to play like
the
Animal
Randy.
Crossing and Pokemon on YouTube and stuff like that, but that was like just more for fun. But I just kind of like coming on everybody else's channels and stuff. Uh I'm not as like dedicated to like a schedule. You know what I mean? So for me, it's nice to be able to pop on everybody else's stuff and like also, you know, share my opinion where it was not asked for. So yeah. But I used to. It was a lot of fun when I did though. But yeah, maybe again at some point in time. We'll see.
Yeah, you should. We'll all come on.
Or we
your
can share. It can
Yeah,
be,
I'll just
it can
come.
be
I'll just start making
me and
camo
Bam Bam.
appearances on everybody's. Yeah.
channel. And Wendy, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's a little bit warm here, but I am doing good. How are you?
Nice.
So you're in a jacket?
I am. But it's not like, well, I have like the how do you call it? Like with the that is like this.
A tank top.
Yeah, so I was not going to wear that on the street.
Understand.
Fair.
I have one on too. I just
So someone's saying here, Sven is saying maybe you should check water quality if your fish die. Very important to check pH and other values there.
Does
I
he
don't
know that we're talking
Oh,
about?
he's trolling.
That is cute.
Talking about real fish.
That's adorable.
So we're talking about fish, the project, not actual fish, not actual fish.
And he has a crystal Charizard in his profile picture. I thought that was really cool. It's just the nerd in me.
That's cool.
So I wanted to ask you guys, did any of you go to, okay, first let's start. Did you guys go to Decon?
I couldn't. I wanted to, but I couldn't.
I'm trying to still see if my fish are alive.
No, my
Sorry, Randy. Go ahead.
no, go Wendy.
I wanted to go. Actually, by the end of September, I'm gonna go to visit my cousin to France, and I was going to move that flight to go to DCOM, but the UK asked visa for Colombians, and I didn't have time to ask for a visa, so I couldn't.
Okay.
Oh well.
No. Next year we'll be able to go. Hopefully next year.
And did you guys go for any of the Decon?
Yeah, I wish I could have.
Yeah, me too. Did you guys go for any of the Decon drops?
I've been
I tried.
I've been pretty. If you pay attention to like my Twitter, I've been partying until like 4 a.m. every day. So I'm sleeping during the drops mostly. I haven't been able to.
I tried to go for.
I got a couple of.
Who was talking? Was that Brittany or VeVe Fan Bam?
That was Bam Bam.
Oh, I just said I got a couple of them. Go ahead.
Okay, no, I was just saying. Sorry, it's like a little hard. We're 5 people. We're all talking at the same time. I was saying I tried to go for the Lincoln boards. I wasn't able to get it, and then I also tried to go for the hype bow. I thought that one was really cute, but again, I wasn't able to get it. And I don't know if you guys saw, actually, let me just get my phone. There's gonna be, so Life of Kai, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. He tweeted that, where was it? He's like, stay tuned because I'm already working on something physical for all holders. And then as soon as he announced that, the prices skyrocketed. So
yeah, he had said pre-decon that if you were holding the ultra rare, he would do something special for you. So
Okay.
I personally liked them and I wanted them for my own collection. I wasn't able to get them on drop, so I did pick up a full set. And then he was like, "Oh, we're gonna do something for everybody who's holding a piece." And then I went and asked if he would be doing something for anybody who's holding the full set, but haven't really gotten an answer to that yet. But he's been liking my AR photos of the cute little hype bows, so I'll take it.
Well, I heard him.
they're
He
nice.
said recently that he's going to. I think anybody who holds any rarity,
Yep.
but they're all going to be something specific. So if you have the uncommon, there's something specific for the uncommon, a physical, and then the ultra rare, there's something specific for that one. So
Exactly. I think it would be good to reward set holders as with something, because I feel like this is one of those types of product that people are picking up in some respects for the airdrop only. You know what I mean? Like, and obviously that's nice of him to want to, reward people regardless who are holding his items. That's just very kind of him. But for me, I wanted the set as a long-term hold. Like, that's just something I wanted in my collection. So I was able to get matching mints of across all three, and I'm hoping to hold that. So yeah. So I got mint number 99s across the board too. It was really good. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Guys, it's such small edition. There's only 1750 of all of them. Do you know what I mean? It's so small.
I wasn't quick enough. I was so mad.
I wasn't either. I had to do all aftermarket, but I also know that like once, we get Japan on VeVe, stuff like this is going to be huge. I mean, let's not be kidding ourselves here about hype out on Japan.
So there wasn't a ton of them, but I've seen like maybe 5 or 7. There were women that had either Tokidoki bags or had Tokidoki stickers on their cups. I was like, oh, I love your Tokidoki stuff. Like, oh, thank you. I had a conversation with 2 of them. They were like, so they didn't really know what digital collectibles was. Like, oh, I have some of they're digital collectibles. Like, they're what? Like, oh, they're collectibles that they made like online, like digitally, and you can collect them. And so it's very, very bullish on a lot of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Me too. Tokidoki actually does a convention every year. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you there, but yeah, they do a convention every year, a Tokidoki convention, and it's huge. I mean, it's just massive in a lot of the Asian market. I don't know. They did it recently. Part of it was online, and I'm not sure where they did it in real life, maybe LA or something like that. But yeah, they have their own conventions and stuff like that. So, I mean, they're huge.
Cool.
So I was actually at Walgreens a couple of weeks ago and just looking through the toys, and they actually had little stuffed Tokidoki. They had a Mermicorno and they had a Unicorno. Only one of each, but they were little stuffed animals. So
I have those. Yeah, I got like these little mystery bags. They were keychains, and I ended up getting like a Tokidoki Tropicana keychain. They're like adorable. I like the physical products too.
Let me see if I can find it.
The humans, I thought they were cool. The chrysalis, it was just really expensive. If it was, it went for it, but 120, I don't know.
So that's what I saw as the complete same problem, Ava, is that was a big ask for that piece. And even though it was a small edition size, I thought that it would probably go under market because that's a lot to ask. You know what I mean? Darth Vader wasn't that much.
Exactly. So, like, for that price, I'd rather go for a big brand, But I mean, the piece is cool. It lights up. And
but for 155 gems right now, you can get a Homer and Bart Golden Moment skateboard.
Sure,
do you know what I mean? So
what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're that low.
Better things to buy. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm totally with you.
So, question, but it was a little before Decon, but did anybody get the Doc Ock one, and did anyone get the red metallic version of the Doc Ock?
I do not.
I got one uncommon, and then I did the bad thing that everyone does and sells it at floor so I can get some of my gems back.
I understand. The Doc Ock one is so. I know. I think it's going slightly under retail. The reason why I want one is the metallic red is not because I think it's like super cool, although it's interesting, it's different. But I think that they'll be doing a lot of these, and even if they don't catch on now, or 1% of people think it's cool, that 1% right now isn't that big. But I think in the future, 1%, like David said, they want 50 to 100 million users. So that's anywhere. If 1% of that finds it cool, it's 500,000 to 1 million users. And that's the first one. So I think that could be pretty good long term. I don't have one yet, but I want to get one just for that reason.
I agree. Long term, I think that is going to be a good hold for, this whole universe of collectibles that we're building here and building off of. I think people will want that in their collection. I think it came at a strange time, the drop, with everything leading up to Decon, we're coming off AF15, people having spent a lot of gems in that. We're in this weird in-between period, in between decon, where we know there's going to be a ton of drops. So in my opinion, it didn't really stand a chance to like go as far as it could because of timing.
I'm just looking at the prices of the decon drops. They're not really good. But yeah,
Well, I mean,
I got a human mint 706 for 93 gems. So yeah, with drops like that, especially like when you see the community sentiment around it, I saw a lot of people commenting on Twitter that they weren't going to go for it. A lot of people that I know that are into VeVe also weren't going to go for it just because it was so expensive. And for drops like that, honestly, I don't understand why people buy them and then resell them for cheaper, but it does happen. So at least that way, you know, you could just look on this secondary market and get a low mint for less than the drop. So that's really smart. Dunko Cat mint 201 for 62 gems.
Do you guys know what the secret rare like cardboard dinosaur is going for now? I know it was 1,000 earlier, but
oh, damn.
It went down a little. Let me check. I know it went down a little, but
I actually like those pieces as just like collector's items. I think they're kind of really like cool, you know, just for fun for AR and stuff like that. So I want to pick up a couple, but I haven't yet.
Cute, yeah. Oh, there's only 111 of them?
Right. It's a really small pool.
Oh my God. But 20% of them are available, or 19% because there's 22 of them available.
Right.
And floor's number 66 at 1,200.
Yeah.
Or 1,225. So that's interesting.
Oh, it's going up, yeah, then from earlier, huh?
Yeah. I have the common. Like 15.
Nice.
oh, I actually went for that job too. And I got the uncommon, but I got mint like 8. I think there was only 888 of them, and I got mint like 860 something. I was like, come on, like you couldn't.
But that's pretty good for a high mint. You know what I mean? You can always sell that in a higher mint market.
And then I did get one of the Zodiac girls for mine because mine is Aries. I want to get the one that's my birthday, but I'm not going to say what it is because then somebody's going to say, well, I can give it to you for 500 gems or something. I'm not going to do that. But so I'm keeping my eye out for the one that's got my birthday on there.
So
I was doing that too with the Sag one. It's funny.
Yeah.
So I want that secret rare of the one you were just talking about because it's cute, because it's adorable, and there's only 111 of them. But for that same amount, $1,200, $1,225 for that, or $1,400, you could get the VeVe logo gold and silver. I guess they didn't finish handing them out at San Diego Comic-Con, so they handed the rest of them out at London Decon.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, I didn't know.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
I would rather have that or a Todd. Pay a couple hundred more and get a Todd.
Yeah, I mean, if the founders, they own Todds. So if the founders own Todds, I mean, granted, theirs are like number 16, number 17, they're really low, but they own Todds. Like, it's probably a pretty good bet of that long term. I don't know if the founders own a VeVe like logo gold and silver, but I know they own Todds. What do you got? What's your guys' take on the VeVe logo gold and silver?
I think it's.
I love it. Sorry, someone else go.
I really like for what it represents. I'm not so sure if I will buy for that price, honestly.
Yeah, it is pretty expensive. The thing is, it kind of sucks that they dropped that one before they did they were supposed to drop the letters.
Yeah.
That's not an FA or an FE. So, it kind of sucks. But at the end of the day, I mean, they could do whatever they want. Randy, do you still have yours or did you sell it?
Yep, I got mine.
Okay.
Dan's teased crypto to gem, and I don't know if that means Omi to gem. If it doesn't, then what I would do is I would take a lot of the money that's going to come in from these crypto whales, and because the floors are going to rise with that. And this is without MCP. So there's a chance that if that comes with MCP, that MCP is like incentivize you collect. So maybe people see the floors rising and they just want the MCP points, whatever. But let's say the floors double. And at that point, I might sell a bunch of things in order to go and flip that for Omi if we don't have Omi to gem. If we do start having Omi to gem, I might I might spend like 8 or 10 million on me and just be a complete degenerate, just buy whatever the stuff that I want.
You do, Jen.
How do you guys? I have an issue, like addictive personality, whether it's drinking, whether it's food, or spending money. I just have an issue with keeping the stuff that I have. How do you guys go and you don't? How do you curb your spending? How do you not be in the poorhouse and use the money that you need for rent? And like, how do you do that?
Don't ask me that question, because look at me. I keep saying I'm going to focus on Omi. What I do? I got the little red guy. Don't ask me that question. I keep spending. I just keep spending, even though I try to. What I've been doing is trying to, like, okay, anytime I say I'm going to put like $40 in and get a collectible, no, instead I'm going to go put that in some crypto, and then I'm going to let it build up, and I'm going to go get Omi. Now I'm doing both because I keep putting it back in VeVe, and I keep getting collectibles anyway. I'm horrible.
Randy, don't forget you're in a chat with girls only, so we're big spenders. Well, yeah, we're big,
I'm
and we're into
bad.
I am not that much, honestly. I am not very spender because I try to just go for things that I find value long term, and I don't actually collect that much.
Okay.
But that's me. Guys, I would love to stay a little bit, but I have to go. Something came up. But
Okay.
thank you, Eva, for inviting me. You guys are awesome. Randy, Vivan, Bam, and Britt. Take care, fam. I'll be with you.
Bye,
Bye.
Wen.
Yes, Wendy.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
So this is why I'm glad I'm here. But even if I wasn't here, I'm glad that this is happening with a bunch of girls without me, because I feel like girls or women in general, at least in America, are the ones that move markets. It might be the men that might, make some of the money, but women are in charge of the shopping. Women are in charge of Christmas gifts. Women are in charge of birthday gifts, and I feel like if we can tap into that market of women that that do all that this project will have like that next leg up. So thank you guys for continuously putting out content.
Thank you, Randy. I have a question. Kali, I need to know, what is the font VeVe uses for the logo? Please, someone tell me. I'm just trying to figure that out for God knows how long, because I'm trying to make the same like in my post. I don't know.
I don't
did
either.
really well with your logo, though.
Yeah, you did.
Thank you. I had to make that work somehow. But thank you. But there's actually a website where you can was it Corey? Corey, if ever you really you want, you could DM me, but there's a website where you can just drag and drop any image, and they'll kind of like detect the font. I don't think they'll give you the exact font, but you can find something similar. I don't think it's a font that they're using, just because it's only the logo that's in that font. So maybe they got the logo made by someone, but they don't use that font anywhere else. So
I was using that website actually the other day, and I couldn't find it either. I think they did theirs on their own.
It's definitely like an Adobe made Photoshop file from a designer who created that logo for them. That's just why we can't match it completely. But it's great that there's a site that does something that almost matches it.
Yeah, so I'm sure you could find something similar, but no, you can't. Not all marble pieces will have red line. Only selected few that give a certain setup. Sorry, guys, I don't have my glasses, so it's hard for me to see. Maybe they will drop all villains of previous Spider-Man movies: Doc Ock, Goblin, Sandman, Lizard, and Airdrop. Guys, just give me 1 second. I'm gonna get my AirPods.
Yeah.
Go for it, girl.
Stream with my AirPods.
I know not all of them will have it. What I really wish they would do is make it so that every single Marvel drop does have the red variant, but is only very, very scarce. Like have like 3 to 5 for the common, 4 for the secret, 1 or 2 for the secret rare, that type of deal. But to have it as its own thing, making thousands of it is, I don't know. It's what do you guys think about that?
I like your idea, Randy. I like the idea of doing, a couple as like a scarcity piece within each drop. I think that becomes a collectible on its own, right? Just collecting all of the red ones, that could be someone's thing. It's collectibles within collectibles. So I think it's a great way for VeVe to also make money.
I agree. I think doing it that way, you would have more people wanting to collect the red ones. But right now, I know they're kind of like, they're not into them as much.
Mm-hmm.
So many. I know later down the road, you're going to have the true collectors coming in and things that they will want those. But right now, having more scarce, I think, would be better. But in the long run, it'll still be.
I like how that we are saying like, oh, well, VeVe can get more money. And I feel like not everybody knows this or not everybody thinks that way, but the more money that VeVe has, the better that they can make the app, the more licenses that they can get. So
absolutely.
Shut up and take my
it's
money.
not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing for VeVe to be making money because it goes back into the things we need, like an active search bar to find people on the app. You have to pay people to develop apps and things like that, right? So the more money VeVe gets, the more it gets spread out, and we also as users see the trickle down effects of that. It just becomes a better user experience for all of us, right?
Yeah.
Do you think
they already take my money? I'm sorry,
you guys
I stepped on you.
With my AirPods?
I can hear you.
No, but
yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I can hear you. You think the likes of Rewind Pride and more independent? You can't hear?
No, I can't hear Eva anymore.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know what's
happening.
I'm getting.
No, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, are my AirPods dead?
Well, I hear you, but I know you said you don't have your glasses, so I'll read this one. It says, do you think the likes of Rewind and Pride are more independent artists are seen to have more potential utility than the likes of Disney and Marvel? I think there's a big difference there because you have Disney, which has so much red tape behind it that, how many emails have to get sent for just one collectible to go and get done? Like, let's say and it's different for each one because the ones we have for Fox, like the Simpsons ones, you have to email a different person or a different, COO or whatever, as opposed to the one for Elsa, because that's just a different company entirely. So I think for independent artists, you don't really have as much red tape. It doesn't have to go through 10 different levels. It's just, whatever. And even if it does have to go through someone like, let's say, Amar, that had helped with that and, has a hand in it, it's just that extra one step. That's it. So I think at first, it would be easier to get utility for stuff like Rewind and Pride. But as far as the greater utility, I think if it was possible, Disney's could have greater utility because they have like $90 billion in the war chest that they can just, Yeah.
Right.
So that's my thoughts. What about you guys?
Well, I do want to add to that in the respect of, like, since you brought up Amar, right? So that is someone who does want to give utility actively to his pieces in this moment right now as we all sit here. So, that's going to be something that he does, and it's part of, his mission, of what he wants to do in general, especially with utility art, and so I think that Randy's completely right about the fact that down the line, the utility could be completely different in a very positive way for things like Disney and Marvel. But I think when we're talking about down the line, we're talking about down the line. Randy's completely right when we're talking about how many people does this have to go through at corporate Disney? How many people need to approve this, look this over? How many departments does it have to go through? Where with, Rewind or utility or something like that, or, with Amar, he's not a major conglomerate corporation, you know what I mean? And even though he is a business, he's not Disney, right? Where you have to go through 75,000 hoops to get one answer. So I think we'll see utility for pieces like, Rewind and Pride way sooner than we'll see it for Disney or Marvel or anything like that.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm sorry for the background noise. I'm in a public space.
Brittany, tell us why you have noise.
Okay, I'll tell everybody in
Where
chat.
are you, Brittany?
So, I'll tell you guys in chat because I told them before stream. So I'm currently on a cruise with my mom in Canada, but I found that the best lighting was actually in the public women's bathroom. So that's where I am right now. So if any point you hear people, it's because we're in the public women's bathroom, and it was all good until about now.
So
where in Canada are you?
I'm in the St.
Or-
Lawrence River somewhere right now. We're in Quebec.
Oh my
so
God, you're
these
so
ladies
close
are-
to me.
Yeah. Oh, really? Where are you?
I'm like an hour from Quebec.
Oh, that's amazing. We should, I'm going to be back here next week, so we should talk about meeting up. I'm going to be in like the
Yes.
area. So
Oh
we're
my
doing
God,
like a
yes.
cruise to New England, Canada, like up and down St. Lawrence and stuff like that. So, yeah, we were in Quebec today. I was in Montreal yesterday. So,
Okay, I'm in
yeah.
Montreal.
Oh my God,
You
that's
should have
amazing.
messaged
Wait,
me.
I didn't know you were in Montreal. I'm going back to Montreal, so we should hang out when I'm back in
Okay,
Montreal.
for sure. Let me know.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm
definitely do
definitely going to look
something.
at the calendar. Oh, I had no idea. This is going to be great. I love meeting
Yeah.
you guys in real life. This is going to be so fun. And
I'm
before
so
your
happy
birthday
I'll find
party.
you. Brittany.
So-
Yeah.
Actually, we have 75 days until decon.
Oh my God, Bam Bam, I love that you're on this for us.
5 days.
I'm
It's
so
gonna be
jealous.
so
I wish
fun.
I could go.
I wish you could go too. I'm trying. There's so many people that I feel like are really want to go that I'm like trying to really push and encourage to go, because I think it's one of those things where even though it does cost a lot of money and a lot of effort to put into to going, the rewards you reap from like just the community
sure.
engagement alone are totally worth it. You know what I mean? The experiences that you're going to have. I don't know if you can necessarily put a dollar value on. Yeah, so that's my way of justifying, especially if you get one of those nice little cards with the logos on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're
Pays
coming.
back
You're
your
coming
trip.
up. Yeah.
Here's a question. Okay, they did the Jermaine Rogers the T-shirt for only 100
Yes.
people, and then they get the drink passes. What do you think they will do for Anaheim? Will they do the same thing with only 100, or will they do something different number because there'll be more people?
I think they have to do a higher number, or it's going to be mayhem. I'll be running. I will be
I'll be running.
trampling. I will be trampling people for a T-shirt.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'll hold your hand and
So-
we'll run through the crowd together. So
I would assume there's got to be more than 100, just because Decon London's very, very, very small, as in terms of a convention. If there are only 100, then best of luck, Hunger Games style to all of you.
Does anyone know if this is true? Because I did see some people getting no way.
if
So
you get a tattoo, yeah.
there, no,
'Cause I've
there
seen
were.
people-
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was done. I was just saying I saw some
Okay.
people post on Twitter that they got a VeVe tattoo. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, so like I think like 7 or like 9 people did get a tattoo, but there was a company there, or there was somebody there that went and said, yes, if you get a VeVe tattoo, we'll do something for you. It wasn't that though, because Fanny
Okay.
Carbonell got a VeVe logo and she doesn't have a VeVe tattoo. So that's
Right, and neither does
Did like
Kay.
the worm or whatever.
Yeah.
I saw the video.
Yeah, I've
We
seen
were-
other
we were just
people.
chatting before the video. She and I were, but
That's crazy.
yeah, there
Um,
was a tattoo convention going on at the same time. So
Oh, right.
their
They
Instagram
shared.
stories to if you get a tattoo, then you can get the logo. So
Right.
when are we getting our tattoos in Anaheim?
Oh no, I've got a better plan. I cannot divulge it with you guys. I'll divulge it to you guys off stream. I cannot divulge it to chat, but I've got a what I feel like is a solid plan to get David Yu to give me one of those cards. So I'll let you guys know. It's one I thought about.
Okay,
deeply.
I need to know because I want.
I'll
one
tell
of those
you.
cards.
Yeah, when we're off stream, I'll tell you. It's going to be really specific though. So yeah.
I'll be paying for everybody's Omi tattoos when I go to Florida. I'm not sure what Omi has to hit for me to do that. Probably not too much. The person that's going to be doing that is my friend Stacy. She was on the podcast like a month ago. So she'll be doing everyone's tattoos. But something else I wanted to ask you guys about is right now I feel like for me, I don't know if you guys noticed it as well. Eva, you could probably see it on your analytics. The type of people that watch me are between 24 and 44 years old. 98% of them are male. There have been a couple of people like Fam Bam, your kid that's on Twitter, Hoba G, I think was 19, and there's just so why I bring this up is because I saw a TikTok the other day where it was this young girl, she was 19, and she said she felt really old because what she asked a couple of kids, like when you say you're on the phone with somebody, how do you ask that? And they said, oh, we all go like this. And, like, because that's, similar to a phone. I said, you don't go like this anymore? And like, what is that? Like, why do you do that? And like, yeah, so Brittany, you're.
I'm freaking out.
Yeah, so I was like, wow, that really shocked me. It shocked her as well. My question is, how do we as content creators, I think, Eva, you're the youngest here, still in their 20s.
Wait, I'm not that young. Am I really the youngest?
Yeah.
I'm 29.
Yeah, I'm so old. I'm 33.
Oh,
I'm 31.
Okay, I'm the youngest.
And
sorry, what was your question, Randy?
So the question is, how do we get more? How do we get like the younger people in? How do we go? And I'm not even talking about like 10 or 5 years old. They'll want to do it if their older brothers and cousins that are teenagers are doing it. But how do we get like teens in? How do we get people in like the early 20s? Like,
that's hard.
Ooh,
See, like my nephew's 17 and I've tried to get him into VeVe for a while. My sister's 23 and I've tried to get her into VeVe for a while. I think it's going to take specific IPs, and that's what it is. My 17-year-old nephew, while he thinks some of my stuff is cool, he's not going to buy it unless it's Pokemon. Once Pokemon hits, he's there with his gems ready. Do you know what I mean? But he thinks some of it's cool. Like when I got the You Are Darth Vader on drop, I was playing Fortnite with him and he thought it was awesome, but it wasn't enough for him to, care about it. Cause that's not something he cares about at his age of, 16 going on 17. But like once we get Pokemon, I'm pretty sure he'll be like, take my, tour money for gems. So I think it's really going to have to do with IPs and, continuing to do what we're doing, which is just, letting VeVe grow.
I also wonder about gaming because teenagers are into gaming a lot. Is it going to take having some games out there?
Sorry, the ladies in the background. They're having a time.
So I actually have 2 dogs. Do you guys want to see? Because I'm watching my brother's dog.
Oh my God, absolutely. But Fam Bam, just to go back, I actually do think gamification is going to be a really, really big part of this. I mean, Randy and I were at Matt Gondek's exhibit where they had weaponized bats. Oh my God, I love your dog.
How cute is she? She's really old. She's like 14.
Oh,
and she has no teeth. Guys, she has no teeth. She has like 1 tooth in the front and like maybe 4 teeth in the back. But she has no teeth, so she's really old. She's really old.
She's a sweetie. I love her.
Uh-oh. She's cute. Her name is Chloe with a K.
Chloe. I love her. What were we saying? Oh, the bats. I even said to Matt Gondek that, I'm a Fortnite player. I'll tell you all right now. I play Fortnite. I told him I would love to see those bats in Fortnite to use as like the default like weapon and stuff like that, right? Like that was something Randy and I spoke about. So, and he was like, yeah, that'd be amazing. So yeah, gamification, Fam Bam, you're totally right. That's going to be a huge thing for the younger audience.
I agree, but I also
know
think,
whenever they do
go ahead, VeVe Fam Bam, it's okay.
Well, I was just saying the video that they put out with Alcon, where they were just talking about it being more of a social thing, the Veveverse. So I'm wondering what their thoughts are, like where they're headed.
Oh, so I need to make a clarification about that. When they said it's going to be Unreal, that did not mean it's going to be on the Unreal 5 engine. It is going to be on the Unity engine, but let it be known. I don't know if they confirmed this, but it was leaked by Reese when he was on Akil Patterson's podcast that he said that they do pay for the Veveverse. So it's not being built by them. It is being built by another company. I don't know who it is, but it's going to be wild, and I can't freaking wait.
I also think that, the people that I'm around, I see like their younger siblings and everyone wants to make money. Everyone wants to be an entrepreneur. Everyone wants to quit their job and like not work for the rest of their lives. So when they see how much money you can make, not necessarily just flipping on the marketplace, but just buying a collectible and reselling it right after on the secondary market, you know, that's interesting. That's how I got my little brother into it. I was showing him my flips. I was like, look, I bought this on the job for this much, and then I resold it like 5 minutes later for this much. So he was tripping out, but it right now it's the market is not in a very good position. So
Yeah.
you know, it kind of turns a lot of people off. Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I was just saying it turns off a lot of people. So like, right, especially if you get in with the comic books, like unless it's a really good comic book, everything sells under retail. People, if someone's new into VeVe and like they see that for the first time, they're like, what the hell is this? Like they'll delete the app right away. So that's why I'm not really trying to promote VeVe too much to my friends right now, because like not to people that want to make quick money right away, because there's no way for them to make quick money unless they spend countless hours on the market, like trying to flip. But if you're just buying, trying to like get a drop and then reselling it right away, you won't always make money, you know?
Yeah. I actually, when I was actually using an Uber this weekend, because I went to that NFT event again, and the Uber driver, I'm always talking, you know, about media stuff. And she is into like investing in things, and she's also a real estate agent. And so we were talking about VeVe, and, you know, she was talking about how anything to make extra money. And, you know, we talked about like right now with everything being down, it's not a great time to make money. So she understood that, you know, and everything. And she wanted to get into VeVe. And she said, because right now is the perfect time to buy. So she understood that part, that everything, I told her everything's low, you know, you're not going to make any money on it anytime, you know, right now. And she got it, but she was still very curious about it. And I think she downloaded it.
I think that's a big thing, that people need to understand. Sorry.
The IPs, no, it's okay. The IPs speak for themselves, right? So when someone, like, they'll see the value in it right away. You can't have that many different brands and not be valuable. So, and also it's pretty funny because I'm moving, like I said, in, I don't know if I said this on the stream or if I was saying it before, but I'm moving in a few days. And when I went to visit my apartment, I was talking to the guy, and he started, the guy was a little older than me, and he was talking to me. He's like, oh, are you into stocks? Are you into crypto? And I'm like, no, honestly, I'm not into crypto, but I'm into VeVe. Do you know what that is? He's like, no way. So he showed me his app, but he showed me that he didn't KYC. And it's so funny how like you can like not know someone at all and then have something to talk about. I was talking to him for like an hour and a half about VeVe. Like an hour after they closed, he's like, okay, I have to go home, you know? But I was telling him, I'm like, look, you're not, I think he deleted the app when it was still hard to get drops. And that really discouraged him. He's like, every time I try to go for something, I don't get anything. And I told him like, now it's a lot better because you have to KYC. And I think I convinced him, I like to think that I convinced him to go back on the app, but a lot of people have tried it and they're not being very successful, or they're getting turned off by a few things. So they just delete the app, which is pretty sad, but hopefully everything gets, things start to go back up soon.
Yeah.
I think there might be a small catalyst next week. On Saturday, I'll be interviewing Ken Gwynn, who's CEO of Republic. He's got about $1 billion in assets under management, which is a decent amount. It's not like BlackRock, which has trillions, but he has VeVe. Pretty sure he has OMI, but I'll let him go and say that on the podcast. So I think that we are. Kathy Wood just had a video the other day saying like the 45-minute explanation of why she thinks we're bottoming out and why it probably can't go much lower. I think Bitcoin will go quite a bit lower, and then we have to capitulate first before we go back up. But I think we start seeing a lot of things move a lot more quicker for VeVe in a good positive way.
Yeah, we have one more question about VeVe, but I just realized we're like 45 minutes in and we didn't talk about utility yet, and I really do want to talk about utility. So we're just going to take this question, and then we'll talk about utility. So in each of your opinions, Okay, I can make my screen bigger. I don't know why it was so small. Okay. In each of your opinions, if you could have one collectible only that you see the most potential in, what would it be? Randy, do you want to start?
Yeah, so I think if we ignore the super slick deals, like every now and then you see something like, hey, the floor is $400, but the number 48 is like 450, and you get it for just 10% above the floor. Like if we ignore those deals, and I I think that the sub 100s of season one are extraordinarily undervalued. I have this Patreon tier, or I had. It's gone now because I had too many people texting me. Whereas like you for like $100 a month, you can get a number, you can text it, and it forwards to my phone. And there's still a couple people that still have that, and they'll ask questions. And the question was, I'll let you guys know what it is, exactly what it was, because he bought every single one of them except for one. He asked what was the what are some, he's got a couple $1,000. What do you think is really undervalued? And I gave him a list I saw of things in season one, and they were the Dragon Girl Ultra Rare number 95, and the Krypton set, you had Mothman number 94, and Twilight Mothman number 85 and number 94. So there's just a bunch of things that, and he bought all of them. And why I think that is because if you look at all the season one stuff, whether it's common, ultra, or whatever, you look at the sub 100s, it tends to break away from the formula of even what's popular, like where the common sub 100 will be 10x the floor, or the ultra rare will be 4x the floor. It breaks away from that because in some of them, they just don't exist. There are no sub 100s of maybe like 7 or 8 of those collectibles, and it might probably more now. So I think that for some, where if there's something's outrageous, like let's say if the floor is $20 and the sub 100 floor is $1,000, it's not like you can say, okay, like, well, where's the cheaper option? There is no cheaper option, and sometimes there is no option available. So I don't think Cryptkins as a whole will ever moon, but I think the sub 100s of them have a very, very good chance of doing extraordinarily well. Again, some of them don't exist. So that would be my answer. I know it's not a specific answer of like, yeah, first appearance of Superwoman or Hawk Girl or whatever. Like it's more of an area, but that's where I see the most value.
It makes a lot of sense, though. I mean, if you go back and think about Pokemon, right? Like Randy and I both come from a Pokemon world. This is first edition base set. Season one is first edition base set. And that always retains value because it's the first season, the first edition. Do you know what I mean? So you can still get base set. It doesn't, and there's other variables about shadowless and things like that I'm not going to get into. But, if you're looking at a first edition base set box versus a regular base set box, I mean, we're talking worlds of difference here because of the fact that this is the first one. So I think down the line, that stuff is going to be really important. Season one things. Yeah. That's the reason why I have a bubbles. It's because it's 600 of them exist, and it's a season one Powerpuff Girl that everybody loves. You know what I mean? And it's, that's not the collectible that I see the most potential in, but it's one of the ones I see them in. And I agree with Randy completely about the sub 100s. They're really hard to find, especially on a lot of the ponies and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
Brittany, I love you so much for everything Pokemon and making it all like you.
I got you, Randy. Well, it makes sense to me, but that's how my brain registers it, right? When Randy's talking about first season, and what it is going to mean down the line, my brain as a collector, because if anyone doesn't know, I was a collector first and foremost getting into this. It wasn't to make money. It was just to have little cute ponies and stuff like that. But, if I can equate it to anything in my brain, it goes back to Pokemon and it just being the same kind of trajectory. Do you know what I mean? With something like that. And same thing, MetaZoo. If you look at MetaZoo trading cards, I mean, the first print run of MetaZoo trading cards, Fortnite trading cards, you can get, there's a Fortnite trading card that if you have it graded in a PSA 10, it's worth about $250,000 because it's the first season of Fortnite cards. It's the Black Ice King. The Crushed Black Ice one.
How many of those do you think are in existence, and how, what's the sealed product like, and how many of them could potentially, because that number can only go up. Like the amount that's PSA 10 is only gonna.
So here's the thing about those. So those specifically, you had to buy a blaster box, which came with like a promo card on top. So the only way you were getting one of those crushed ice cards is if you bought this certain box. So I don't know how many exactly exist, but if you wanted a sealed box of that right now, it's probably a couple $1,000s.
Okay.
Easy. Yeah, easy.
That's
know?
Interesting. Okay.
And we're talking about something that's only a couple years old. We're not talking, we're talking about something that's maybe a 4-year-old product here.
I think that'll go down. That price, that 250K will go down a bit, because if it's only
I think
X
it's
amount of
very
years old,
scarce though. I think it's very scarce though. So that's a big part of it. Yeah. But it might go down. It might go down for sure.
Okay. Emma?
Yes.
Oh, just your thoughts. We haven't heard your thoughts.
Still lean towards.
Wait, you're frozen. Is she just frozen for me or for?
She's frozen for me too, but I thought it was totally my connection.
Okay. Can you hear us, Fambam?
Can y'all hear me?
Oh no, we've lost it.
Randy, I don't think you'll hear her any better if you put your head.
There you are. Okay. Everybody was frozen. Everything's okay. So I still think I still lean towards the partner statue just because it's Disney, and I'm wondering if there's going to be some type of huge utility with that, even if not just the partner statue, but I mean Elsa they could all have their own utility, and then with Walt being the head honcho, he could have the most, and that's still where I'm leaning towards.
I agree with Fambam. If we're talking about which one has the most potential, I do think it's everyone has a different opinion, right? There's no right or wrong answer, but I do agree with Fambam that it would be, for me, the partner statue. Yeah, I mean, if ever we get utility for the partner statue, it would be crazy. It would just skyrocket, So I
agree too.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying that I agree too, except I think it's going to be slightly different. I think it's going to matter if you're holding the whole first release of Golden Moments, because if you think about how many partners there are, right? There's 4,333. We know that Profit's holding over 100. We know people are holding multiples. So the actual amount of people, the pool of people that can actually be holding a full set of the Golden Moments first release is really small. So I think that that's going to be, and I'm one of them, and I own the Walt. So you can't have it without the Walt, right? So it's obviously like the nucleus to this collection that you need, right? But I think as a whole, holding the whole thing is going to maybe retain more utility or value in the end.
I'm wondering if they'll have something like, say, you just have an Elsa. Well, just having Elsa, you can do this one thing. But if you have like the whole series, you can do more. Or you have, and then what if you have the entire collection? What if you have a Golden Moments, one of each? And then if you have that, there's like an ultimate whatever, you get some type of utility that is more scarce than in all the rest.
So I love the Golden Moments, and they are very scarce. Just because the Walt has, out of the 4,300 of them, let's say 4,000 of them will be available because they keep, let's say X amount, or even less than that. But Dr. Profit's got also like almost 10% of them. He's got like 380 of those. So there's definitely much less than 4,000 of those, not including the people that have multiple copies. But if we take a look at, and thank you, VeVe, for pumping my bags because I got a Walt. So thank you.
Oh, let's go, Randy. Pump our bags, Fam Bam.
But if you take a look at the Facebook collectors pages for Disney over on Facebook, and you see that there's hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people that are on those pages just for collecting. There has been, I think, one post about Disney Golden Moments, and that's when it first came out in November last year. They're either not aware, or Facebook has this like agreement saying we're going to take down any post right away involving that. So I think those are going to be very good, but if VeVe does what I think we all think it will do, and they have, tens of millions, if not, 100 million users, collecting that first set is going to be very similar to, if you can't collect the entire first season, which is next to impossible, which would be the first edition base set stuff, you would be able to go and maybe collect the first set, which would be like the hollows, that's the holographics. And I think there's going to be more people that are going to come in just because of the scarcity of it. Because again, there might be 7,500 Todds, but there's only 1,750 Risos. So to get that set is going to be very, 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 very hard. And I think that will. I mean, people. I've seen it before where people come into Pokemon not giving a crap about what Pokemon is, but they just want the best of the best. They just want that top of the mountain, and they go and they get a Charizard, they get a Trophy Kangaskhan. They get a super secret battle promo. So I think people will come in not really knowing or caring what an NFT is, digital collectibles, and they'll just get that first set, and they'll be like, yeah, I'm going to come in and get it and then leave, and you'll never see that again. So that first set, I think I'm a little more bullish on, even though I don't have it. I will when Omi moves at some point, maybe next year.
Okay, so One Punch Brand said something very interesting. By the way, shout out to One Punch Brand. I think he's in every single one of our streams. So the problem that no one wants to talk about with Golden Moments is that we already know Disney is doing their own NFT platform, and I highly doubt VeVe Golden Moments gets utility over their own in-house ones. So, I didn't know that. I didn't know that Disney.
I don't know if that's actually true either in terms of not giving utility. They already gave us utility. We got Disney Plus if you hit that on drop, So, I mean, that is just some small form of utility. I don't think that they would strip utility entirely. And these will also still be the first Disney, on the blockchain, in terms of a licensed product, right? So that will hold value in itself, regardless. If Disney goes and makes their own Walt right now, it's still the second Walt.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But I'm very curious. I didn't know that. I didn't see anywhere that they have an NFT platform or that they're doing one. So,
I don't think they are. They're doing a metaverse. They filed for a metaverse, but there's so little information about that right now. We don't know who's doing it for them because Disney is very bad at making video games. Like for their Kingdom Hearts games, which are very successful, Disney doesn't do that. They license that out to Square Enix to let them do it. Sure. And so we don't know who's building their metaverse, and we don't know. I mean, they said they wanted to make it more AR based, and they have the infrastructure because of their parks. And I've hypothesized. I'm a little drunk. I'm sorry. I've hypothesized about this before. There's a mall near me. That has and there's a place here too at Dragon Con where they go and they have a selfie station set up. Like there's a store in a mall near me that has like 20 different rooms and you can take selfies in those backdrops. And I was on some Lucy when I thought of this, but I think that Disney will do that with their current infrastructure, setting up selfie stations that you could take with your Disney NFTs. And the only place right now that you can get them are on the VeVe app. And they have a very, very big partnership with Disney. I could be 100% wrong about this, but this makes so much sense. This is I'm convinced. You can't tell me that I'm wrong. You can, but I'm convinced that happened. I don't know if I answered that question or not. I'm sorry. I just want to.
You totally did, Wendy.
Yeah. Remember, the Golden Moments were mostly $60 on drop. What else should Disney do for a $60 collectible as far as utility? The second market set those high prices, not VeVe or Disney.
That's fair, but what about if, like we said, if you're holding full sets, right? Disney didn't anticipate you as a user being able to get every single one of their drops on Golden Moments week, even if you had 60 gems per drop. First of all, that's a lot of money you're asking of people. Walt wasn't 60 gems, right? Everything else, even if you're adding them all up, that gets to a high price really quick, right? And again, they're assuming you're probably not going to get all those collectibles. So I think truly the utility is going to come in holding the full set, the full first set, because that's harder to achieve.
Bran, can you send me, like, if you saw that anywhere, can you send it to me? Because every time I search, I try to find it, I can't see anything. I only see VeVe. So
yeah, I'd love to see.
They're doing a card game with Polygon, and it's
okay.
So they're doing two different things. One, they had 6 different companies. This came out like two or 3 months ago. They had 6 different companies that were doing a scholarship program, and what they did is they said, hey, if you have any really cool ideas about NFTs, or if you have to do any really cool ideas about digital collectibles, we'll help fund you. Give them like $100,000. Like, it's something very, very small. And people were upset that VeVe wasn't on that list. And I'm thinking, like, you're upset that VeVe wasn't eligible for $100,000 credit. Like, there are tens of, like, probably VeVe's worth multiple billions of dollars. So they aren't necessarily partnered with Polygon, but the point that Disney is trying to make is what they're doing is that they're saying that they'll fund whoever's project if they like it, but then for doing that, they're going to be able to recoup like 10% or X amount of percent of that project's profit if it does really, really well. Like Disney knows going in that all those projects could be absolute crap. But they did give Polygon that particular $100,000 credit, and with that, why they give that is because they're hopefully expecting a return on it. If they don't, they can just write it off as a loss.
Yeah.
So that's one of it. And the other thing is that Disney is launching a new card game to go up against Magic the Gathering and Pokemon. And I was on the Polygon website, but I don't know if those are NFTs. It's called Disney Lorcana. It's a family-friendly collectible trading card game, expected in the first half of 2023. But nowhere in this, because I feel like I've read this a bunch of times, has it said that they were NFTs.
Okay.
And to be fair, Disney does a lot of trading card game things. Like, if you go and you do some research into TCG, they had like a whole Disney lenticular set of like Disney through the ages. Like, they make a lot of TCG sets and stuff like that. And Randy, you brought up a really amazing point before that I totally just didn't even think about. They really don't make good video games. They never have. I actually can't remember a Disney game that's like good or playable or that I played. Now that you think about it. I mean, but that was in 1996, man. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, that was a while ago.
Yeah, 26 years to find one.
Yeah. It's wild.
Yeah. So this is why I think that, and again, this is a wild stretch, but you know, if we are not paying, or if VeVe is not building the Veveverse themselves, or they're not, I think that the company that is making the Veveverse, because Disney, most of these companies don't know anything about NFTs. This is such a very, very brand new technology. I think the company that is making the Veveverse might also be making the Disneyverse. Now, I have zero proof of this. This is an absolutely wild accusation. This is a wild theory, but there's only so many companies that are going to be in this. Like you have Microsoft that has spent, I think, about $69 billion. Everyone comment nice down below with 69 for Activision Blizzard. And a bunch of other stuff in order for them to build their metaverse. And Sony bought, I think, Bungie for about $2 billion to help build their metaverse. So Disney is not going to use the same companies that Sony or Microsoft is using. So that's where the little bit of evidence that I can gather is that. So again, this could be 100% false, but it tends to make sense, I think.
I think it makes sense.
Same.
Yeah.
I love the comment.
I love the comment too. I was laughing silently to myself to that brand. Disney's Extreme Adventure. I'm like, what was that game even?
Okay, perfect. So guys, it's been an hour and 4 minutes and we still didn't talk about utility. So we're going to talk about utility just a little bit.
Let's do it.
let's do. You guys are okay with if we do the stream for an hour and a half?
I'm fine.
Yeah,
So
that's
fine with
good.
5 more minutes.
Yeah.
Perfect. My stomach is growling. So I hope you guys can't hear that because I'm so hungry. But my
I'm in
boyfriend
the
is going to
girls'
get food, so-
bathroom. Nothing can be worse than those old ladies like having a party
I'm
in here,
sorry
a
you're here.
meetup. I was like, oh my God.
That's so funny. Sorry, I'm just looking at the comments. What is with the 69? I don't know.
Because it's
Well.
nice. Wait, does he really not know? Like, do I have to explain the birds and the bees still?
No. No, in a DM.
Yeah. So we're going to talk a bit about utility. For you guys watching, if you're not familiar with it, you will be now. We are in the project. We each have, I guess, I'm an ambassador for utility. VeVe FamBam. Yeah, we're all ambassadors.
Yep.
We're all ambassadors.
All ambassadors.
If you guys want to join the Discord, I put a link in the description. And the first 10,000 members to join Discord get a free NFT. So anytime you could get something for free, just take it. So yeah, I would definitely join. And yeah, I don't know if you guys want to talk a little bit about it. I'll just talk about it quickly, and then Randy, Britt, and Jen, you guys can add stuff. So basically, Amar Singh is the one who is the founder of the project. And basically what they do is there's no marketplace. There's no, the platform is not live yet. Randy, do you know when it's going to be live?
And they wanted it to be like late October, early November, but I don't know if Amar is getting this from the person that is heading it, or if it's from a dev themselves. If it's from somebody that gets a relative timeline from whoever, I wouldn't trust it. If it is from like a head developer and they're saying like, oh, hey, it's going to take this long. We expect it to take this long, but because of delays, it'll take this long. Then it could very well happen in November. But I think it might be extended till January, February, just because there's in every single project in the world, there's always delays.
Yeah, there's always delays. Okay.
So I
guess it's safe to say end of 2022, beginning of 2023. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to be launching very soon. It's in a few months, right? It's not that bad.
Yeah, for sure.
And so basically what I found very interesting, you guys probably know I've said this on many streams that I'm only into VeVe. I don't diversify. I don't invest in any other crypto projects. I just do VeVe because it's so simple and I really see the vision behind it. But when I heard about utility, and I actually spoke to Randy a little bit about it, I was very impressed with what it was. So first of all, Amar Singh is the founder, just that's a huge plus for me because I love everything that he stands for. And then he said for every single drop, if you guys want to watch if you guys want to watch like a recap of what he said, you can go on Randy's channel. It was not on your channel, Randy. It was more on the Discord, right?
Yeah, we did it on the Discord platform. We did an AMA on the Discord platform. Randy and I interviewed Amar. We should have a recording going up on Discord of that.
Oh yeah, that's on my.
But you can watch it on Randy's stream as well because I just ripped it off of Randy's stream.
So yeah, honestly, it was really interesting. He did drop a few gems that I'm not going to speak about. You guys can just go watch his stream for that. But for every single drop, they will be donating a portion of the proceeds to charity. And depending on the drop, they'll do different charities. Everything is going to be transparent. So we're going to be aware of how much was donated, which charity it went to. So that's also really good. Amar Singh is also, if I'm not mistaken, he's very well known in the fashion industry.
Yeah, I'd say he is. He's known in a lot of the.
He has a lot of connections. I saw he was at some point he did some management for the Andrea Bocelli Foundation, which I thought that was really interesting. But they're going to be partnering up with very big brands like, I'll just tell you a few of them. So Rewind Collective, obviously, CryptoPunks, Bored Apes, World of Women. Am I missing any?
Gorilla Girl.
Yeah, Gorilla
Girls?
Girls. He did say that we would be doing some books to help with literacy and things like that on the AMA he talked about. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff lined up.
Yeah.
And those
So
are
it's
just some
gonna
of them.
it's gonna be digital collectibles, wearables, and memberships. And the reason why they named it utility is because every single drop will have utility, which is also really interesting. So the utility is going to be anything from like merchandise to party invites, concert invites, meet and greets. So that's really cool. I haven't seen any other project doing something like that where every single, unless, look, I'm not into many projects, but from what I know, I haven't seen anyone do that, and he's going to be partnering up with a very big artists, brands, and celebrities, which is also really cool. So I can't wait to see what he comes up with. But I don't know if Randy, Brittany, and VeVe found out, and you guys want to add anything. That's pretty much all I had to say.
You did good.
You did great. You really summed it up well. Yeah, it's a lot of exciting, amazing stuff. I mean, Amar is just a genius. He's such a innovative, forward-thinking person. For me personally, I got involved in utility because I liked what he did in Rewind, and I liked the initiative of, sustainable NFTs and giving back, and really having a big focus on community and stuff like that. So his vision is very solid in general, and I know the idea of utility is really important and something that we're working on really, really. Just a lot to make sure that that's a really good experience for people. I do work on the team as well as a brand ambassador. So I'm just going to be very clear and transparent about that. So I do work marketing and branding and stuff like that. So all these exciting things are just going to get more exciting. But I have a lot of faith in this project. And I just want to say that having said that, I went to them asking them for a job. I believed in the company so much. Okay, so I started out just as everyone else, and then I was like, I like your company so much, please hire me. So I'm not shilling a company here just because I work for it. It's actually the other way around. I found them, and then I was like, can you please hire me? So there's a lot of really cool stuff. I mean, Amar can really, truly, he's got ideas that can be life-changing for people, for communities around the world, for women. So yeah, it's going to be really exciting. And I know we're going to do lots of events and stuff. So it'll be really community oriented too. We'll have lots of meetups where people will get to merge physical and digital really. So yeah, it's going to be good.
I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh yeah. I'm glad I'm part of it.
Oh, so glad you guys are all part of it. Honestly, it's really great. And for anybody who's not a part of it, we really just have a lot of fun in the Discord. The Discord's a really fun place to be. We do games and stuff like tonight, 8 p.m. Gardic Games is going down. Don't forget, try and beat the bot. So we do games, we do fun stuff. There's memes. We've got our official Morbo King of Doom, and then we've got the counterbalance with sparkles and stuff. It's a lot of fun and a lot of fun people, so you guys should all join in. Ava's link below.
I'm actually not in. I have a few projects on Discord, like VeVe. I'm on the VeVe Discord, but I'm never active on there just because I don't like Discord in general. But I found that I mean, I'm a little bit active on the utilities Discord, and I really enjoy it. Like, it's like we're like a small little family. Everyone, we're having great conversations. There's a lot of fun games. So even if you're not really into Discord, just like I wasn't, just give it a try. Honestly, I'm sure you would really enjoy it. There's really great people in there, and we're all in there too.
There's such a variety of channels too that you can go in and just, even if you're not in the general chat, you can go into the supernatural chat, or you can go into the inspirational mindset, collectors.
Randy loves supernatural chat. It's his favorite. He's like, yeah.
He probably suggested it.
Right. There's a sports chat I couldn't tell you anything about, but if you like sports, you can go hang out there. It's a great spot. And I think because, like with VeVe, you were saying, I don't really go hang out in their Discord either because it's so big with so much going on that it sometimes gets hard to find people or, to keep conversations going. But we have a really nice community that we've been building in here, and it's really cool to see everybody in. So I highly encourage. I mean, Randy wasn't on Discord before.
No, I would very scarcely go into, Earth 2, the Lone Wolves chat, and then I would go into the Fish Discord. But again, it would be, once in a blue moon. But now I'm on it every day. I find it not addicting, but almost like I want to go into it. Like before, Discord was such a chore. And I know we're talking about everything that's fun with it, everything about like community, and that'll hit the hearts of most of the people that we're listening to. I feel like if you're really into NFTs and you're really into digital collectibles and in the space, you're probably like the black horse of your family. You're probably like that black sheep, and maybe you're a little bit of that outcast, and maybe you're a little weird. But if you are in that, but if you are in that section that is, a Chad or whoever, and you're just in it for like the money, here's your Patreon. Here's what you have. Elon Musk had said the only reason he had started with the Model S, with the super expensive car, is because he couldn't afford to mass produce a electric vehicle at cost that was competitive. That was a competitive price. So he started with a super expensive, and then he used that to fund the next car, to fund the next car, to fund the next car. If he could have done and I promise this has a point. If he could have done a electric car at mass production from the start, he would have done that. So Amar is doing with digital collectibles what Elon Musk could not with cars. He's starting with collectibles that everybody can buy, so that everyone can use it, which is some things that people do have complaints about with VeVe, like they can't afford some of these, some of the higher end ones. But that's what Amar's doing, and then obviously they'll because there's some with amazing artists, there's some with amazing collectibles groups. That's what he has, and it's not like, so again, just comparing to Elon Musk one more time. Elon Musk tried to find a chief engineer for SpaceX for like several times, but they wouldn't do it. Amar tried to go and make this as efficient as possible. He tries with pride on VeVe, has success, does really, really well, but it's just not as smooth as he would like. He tried Coinbase, and he partnered with them, and he tried something there, and same outcome. He tried with Maker's Place with another one, and for the success that he has, the experience is just not ideal. So he was what he had to, is just he had to make a platform that didn't exist out there. He had to make something that he couldn't find. And I was, there's some people that are maybe bothered that brands appear on almost every platform, DC, Marvel Rewind, whatever. But this is 100% different. Some people like, and I love DC. Like I said, I'm so bullish on that first set, which is DC, which is Batman. But they're so loose with their IP, going everywhere with Hero and Bat Cows and whatnot and Palm. But Amar is the exact opposite in every way, in which this is his baby, and he's been planning this for a while. I think this was incorporated last year. So it's not like he just started this. Like, he's been building for almost a year. So if you're in this specifically just for the money and not community, not whatever, you will still find success here. Like, it has everything else, but this is, I don't have to be doing this. I don't have to make videos in general. Have enough OMI, have enough whatever, but I do this because of the business mind that he has, and because of the heart behind it as well, like the good amount of charity and everything that he does. So that is my a very, very long 2 cents there.
But
And
you're so right, Randy. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, baby. I just
no, go ahead.
You're
go
so
ahead,
right.
Brittany.
That's just who he is. He's a go-getter with a big heart. You know what I mean? And that just shines through in everything he does. And this project is, like Randy said, his baby. So yeah, it's everything Randy said. I second that.
Yeah, everything he does touches the gold. He's prodigious in everything that he does, and he's got, I forget that word for, very, very charitable. We'll just put it that.
Yeah.
So someone said here, who was it? VeVe Las Vegas. Randy's first NFT drop on utility. So I actually want to
I'll-
say something about this. Oh, go ahead,
Yeah.
Randy.
So my first NFT drop, it wasn't my own creation, but for Earth 2, I did have two NFT drops on there. They do bear the official Earth 2 logo. It's on Wax or it's on Atomic Hub. They're going for I think $5 or like $20. It's so if you do want my first appearance, it's something that I didn't do, but that's on there. But I will curate a drop here at some point. I'm not 100% sure what it'll be, but yeah.
It needs to be a dashie. That's all.
Oh my
It just
God,
needs
yes.
to be a dashie. I'm sorry if it's not a dashie. I'm going to riot. I want like a lucky golden cat, but dashie.
I'll have Dash incorporated in it. Yeah.
So I just want to mention for those of you who don't know, or if you're not into in utility yet, I was just looking at the FAQ on the website. If you go on utility.art on the right hand side at the top, there's an FAQ with a bunch of really good questions and answers. And so they have curated drops. I'm just going to read it from the website. It says here, we will invite celebrities, artists, and our users to guest curate drops from time to time. Our guest curators will choose the charities which the charities, well, with purple and black, which the drop supports, and we'll get paid for collaborating with us. So from what I'm understanding, if you're not even an ambassador for utility, you're just in the project, you will be able to curate drops. You will have the chance to curate drops. Am I saying that right? Or
yes, you will have.
Everyone has a chance. Okay.
Yeah, he's very
cool.
He's very munificent with that.
Yeah, it's something he wants to do for sure. He wants to be able to have, artists be able to put their work on there and, have it be a place where up and coming artists and people like that who might not necessarily have the platform can be given one.
Yeah. And on VeVe, Pride 1, is actually still one of my favorite collectibles. Not necessarily, look, it looks really, really nice. It's obviously with a very big brand, but it's more like what it stands for, the movement behind it. That's what I thought was very interesting. And that's one of the biggest reasons why it's my favorite. And before joining utility, I was just reading the FAQ, I was reading all the information, and I thought that was really interesting. But then when I saw, because they didn't announce right away that Amar Singh was the founder, it was actually a surprise.
No.
And I guessed it, right, Randy?
You did.
I couldn't.
I wanted so badly to be
I know.
But I couldn't.
At least Randy and I had each other.
Yeah. Oh my God.
We did.
I can't imagine just knowing that and not being able to tell anyone. Must have been hard. But yeah, at least you guys had each other. But when I saw on Randy's channel that it was Amar, that just solidified my decision. I was like, okay, I made the right choice to get into this project, because there's no way, from what I see, like especially with the donations, there's the utility, there's so many things that they're doing. I think this is going to be a very, very successful project. So I'm excited to be part of it.
And I think you made the right choice. I even said this to Amar, and when I was talking about him, I said, I bet on the jockey, not the horse. And you are my jockey. Do you know what I mean? And he really is. Do you know what I mean? He's like a great person to bet on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would bet on his successes all day long, no matter what he does. So it is really exciting. And I think it just makes it even more of a strong project, right? Because he has fans from other parts of different things, from Rewind, Pixelated Heroes, other things he's done in life. So I think it's really great, and I'm happy we were able to announce that for everybody. So it's really good.
And also the fact that they have CryptoPunks and Bored Apes. If someone's not into NFTs at all, I'm pretty sure they know what CryptoPunks and Bored Apes are. Everyone knows what that is. And so just the fact that they were able to get those as partnerships, that's pretty crazy too, right? A lot of people that are into those projects are going to be like, okay, what is this utility? So it's going to give it a lot more exposure. And I think that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Absolutely. Same thing with World of Women, right? That's a huge project that it's just like, so many places you can go with these.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry, I was just trying to read.
Yeah, the one
Rand's-
friend's comment.
Yeah.
No, he's a cool dude.
He's
Very,
awesome.
very-
He's
He
just
really
sad
is.
at me because I don't like the Disney video games. I understand one friend.
Super salty.
Can't wait for first utility drop. Until then, it's a party in the Discord. Join us.
So right,
Oh, yeah.
Vegas. And this party
100%.
is starting with 8 p.m. Gardic games tonight.
So I still
8
have to
p.m.
try to
Eastern
figure
time.
that out. I
8
still have
p.m.
to
Eastern,
figure out how
yeah.
to use these things.
Okay,
Because,
I'll do a post at like 7:50 in the Discord, and it will direct everybody to the channel. And then it's just like a Pictionary game. Some of the drawings though are absolutely awful. I don't know who approves them or lets them through. They make no sense. So we just try our hardest to win and see what happens. So, but
Yeah.
the more the better.
What I'm on the Discord right now. Which channel is it on? What is
The
it
It's
on?
under Gardic, Gartic. It's towards the bottom. You'll see like Royal Rumble and Gardic.
Under fun.
Under fun, yeah.
Oh, okay. It's like a telephone.
And if you have a gamer tag for whoever chooses the gamer role, I'll at the gamers, and that'll give you a notification that like gaming stuff is going on. So yeah,
Okay, I'll definitely join that one.
please do. It's fun.
I do have to bounce soon, but I want this to go on for like 5 more hours. I want this to go on forever, and I'll do a stream, and y'all should come on. I will be doing a 69-hour stream in October, so I will definitely need you guys for that.
I'll join you for a few hours.
On there, I'll be there for
Family-
the whole 69 hours.
Yeah,
No,
Fam Bam
no,
literally
no.
was
Allowed on
the
for
whole
half.
time.
Family,
Not
only allowed on
allowed,
for half
Fam
of it.
Bam.
Yeah, Bamba, you need to sleep. This is not healthy.
Yeah.
I'll sleep
I
on
don't know how
camera.
you. We'll all have the cam. We'll all be like streaming with our laptops on our bed, and every time everyone can take a nap, can take a turn to take a nap. You know.
It just turns into Big Brother. I love it.
But I'll definitely join. Do you have an exact date or just sometime in October?
It's going to be sometime in October.
You need to have like
I'm not.
3-4 days off.
So what I really want to do, I probably do want it to be a weekend. I unfortunately have a wedding on the 29th, and then Halloween's on the 31st. But I want to have a chance to listen to Taylor Swift's new album because that drops the 21st. Before
Randy.
that, oh yeah.
Are we
Oh,
not
yeah,
having
she
a
loves
Taylor? Are we not having a Taylor Swift party now that you just brought this up?
Okay, so I have a question. Do you want to do it at your place, or
Yeah.
I should be? Because yeah, we could listen to her new album, and then we can. I don't know, because I don't know, because if I start it on midday on October 21st, then it won't finish until Monday, and I feel like I want it to finish on like a Sunday night, maybe. But
We'll coordinate something because it's
Yes.
dropping at midnight, so we'll figure something out. We need to listen.
we do. Okay.
It was
All right, guys. Well, when Randy has to leave, and I have to go eat because my stomach is like I'm really hungry. I just don't want to eat on camera. But yeah, okay. So guys, stay on the stream. We're gonna talk for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And thank you to everyone who joined. It was really fun talking with you guys.
This is so much fun. I love you guys. Goodbye.
Yeah, love you. Thank you so much, Ava,
Thank you,
for
Kat.
hosting this and chat.
Thank you.
You're the best.
Subscribe.
Thank you, guys.
Smash the like button down below.
subscribe to
Smash
Ella.
like. Subscribe to Eva.